I appreciate that.
And that's what our fiduciary duties are.
You do have a fiduciary responsibility to try and make money off of these things that have been granted. Now, let me give a slight example. Okay? There were certain states like Colorado and Oregon that thought, boy, let's go ahead and legalize certain drugs like marijuana. And look at the money we're going to make.
And that doesn't work too good.
That's right. And history has proven
Yeah.
that it has put more of a burden on the medical, the enforcement.
And
So,
I
as
agree
it
with you, the
turns out-
legalization of marijuana. Yeah.
As it turned out, wasn't such a good idea after all.
Yeah.
Well, this one here, yes, you are poised with that responsibility of trying to make money for the state off of these lands. But just like that as an example, this is not a good idea for the state of Wyoming. This is going to destroy, and I stood right there in April, and you and I talked about certain things. This is going to destroy our ranch. We are now surrounded by these things. I guarantee
And you don't have any on your ranch and you're not getting a dime out of it.
they're going to, I don't want it. They are going to take all of our water. And everything they have told me and you has proven to be a lie. I talked to the board of directors of Dave Johnson Power Plant. I talked to county commissioners, ex-county commissioners over in Carbon County. And they have everything that I have been fearing, they have confirmed. They're not getting their water rights from Dave Johnson that they were spouting to me in my living room.
You know what?
And I
They
knew
told me
they
they
were.
were getting it from Pathfinder.
That's what they were saying at first. They're not getting it from Pathfinder. They're telling us these things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they're going to destroy us. And yes, you're in a tough spot. So,
Yeah,
tough
I've got public opinion on one side, and I've got my fiduciary duties on the other side, and they are in conflict.
yes, and you are in a tough spot. I don't disagree. But that doesn't mean we make bad choices just because it looks like we can make some money. Just like the state of Colorado and Oregon, with look at all the revenue we'll get if we legalize this, and we'll stop the crime aspect of marijuana. They didn't do any of that. It's costing them more money to have passed that law, and crime has increased. And this is another one of these decisions that's going to prove to be poor.
I don't think we're going to have crime. I think there are things with the windmills that I don't like. I'm not a big lover of them, but I can tell you that there are things I don't like. One is that you look at the circumstances where I think you got about 12 or 15 of them, which are smaller windmills now, either half a kVA or one, and up around Casper, and I don't think they ever got hooked up to anything, and they're just sitting there like tombstones, you know, in the middle of that little development. And so I don't know who did that way before my time. Yeah. But I know there are a lot more efficient now because you got like 10 megawatts in each one of them.
I'm not saying.
And these
And all they did was do what was necessary to qualify for the subsidy. The millions come to them. They stop production. They stop doing what is. They don't even hook
they
up.
probably won't get much subsidy out of this whole thing at all by the time it all gets through all the processes. The subsidy's not going to be what they told me.
I thought I recognized
it's
you.
a Dutch
It's good to
company
see you.
that's coming in there, and they're going to actually build these things in one of the Midwest states. I don't know whether it's Iowa or Indiana. So they're not going to be using Chinese windmills. They're going to be using Dutch windmills that are manufactured in the United States. That's one of the things they told me, and I'm going to try to hold them to that if this thing moves forward. You know, so as far as the water, I had a guy who's a physicist on my investment team, and the question I asked him was that, okay, if we were using the water, you know, to basically provide hydrogen and to burn the hydrogen for energy, when would we run out of water? And he said he figured it out, went through the whole process there, put an escalator about how much energy we're going to be using. Now, the answer to that is about 2 billion years after the sun envelops the earth.
If that were the going truth, if that is the going truth, why is the Colorado River Compact expiring in 2026 of June this next year. Why is that so concerning to Wyoming and Colorado as number one and number two in the property rights of water rights? Why would we even be concerned about it if that were true?
Well, see, and here's the other side of the story, is that's a global equation. Then you have local equations as far as water usages. And we're really kind of messing this thing up as far as what we're doing with that Colorado compact. You know, because it shouldn't be expiring in 2026. I can't recall why it is. You know, I think it's the pressure from California. They've been wanting it for years.
Thanks.